Riley Leonard, moments before we came on air, committed to Notre Dame, and this was a surprise to pretty much nobody. Makes a ton of sense, and we said it before he even gave his commitment to the Fighting Irish. This was probably the most mutualistic relationship in terms of who it would benefit. Benefits Notre Dame. They get to keep an experienced commodity at quarterback with the departure of Sam Hartman, really talented quarterback, and Riley Leonard. And Riley Leonard gets to improve his prospects for the next level. Because you'd have to imagine Riley Leonard, he wants to be drafted as high as possible, right? It's pretty straightforward. Well, the best audition you can do if you're Riley Leonard is play in the offense that you may end up playing in when you get to that next level. So playing a pro-style system, strut your stuff. Notre Dame gets to keep, like I said, an experienced and talented commodity at the quarterback position. And I want to take this a step further. I think this is huge for Marcus Freeman. I think this is really encouraging if you're a Notre Dame fan for what it says about Marcus Freeman. Because Marcus Freeman could have very easily said, you know what, let's see what we have on the depth chart. They've had a second to learn under Sam Hartman. You know, we don't recruit poorly here at Notre Dame either. Maybe we'll look back at what we have on the depth and see where we're standing. He's like, no, I want to win right now. I want to win now. I'm not worried about what's going to happen in 2025 and where we stand in 2026 and the expanded playoff and all that. Like, I want to win today, Junior, is where Marcus Freeman stands. So going out and pushing the envelope, sticking true to what his mantra is, challenging everything and doing exactly that, and challenging and landing big-time quarterback out of the transfer portal, and that is, of course, Riley Leonard from Duke. So the good folks in the ACC just continuing to be a nice little pipeline over Notre Dame when it comes to getting their quarterbacks for the last 2 years now from how it stands. Now, another big-time commitment, Dillon Gabriel gave his pledge to Oregon over the weekend, and I love this fit. And when we said it on a previous live show, we were talking about our transfer portal quarterback predictions and where they should maybe go. Like, Dillon Gabriel, to me, when I watch what he does from a skill set perspective, he's left-handed Bo Nix, right? Like, he's not the biggest guy in the world, dual threat ability, is able to distribute the football and knows what he's looking at, also really experienced. A lot of jokes about Bo Nix and how long he played college football. If you're an Oregon fan, you've kind of been taking down some of those, the best jokes you've heard about guys playing college football for a long time by nature of what they said about your quarterback last year with Bo Nix. Just kind of keep a running tally because those same jokes are about to circulate with Dillon Gabriel for how long he's been playing ball. I love this fit. You get to just continue to keep the offense where it is. You don't have to worry about hitting the reset button too hard with whoever's going to play quarterback next for you. Experienced, proven commodity, has the skill set that works for this offense. Again, I think he's left-handed Bo Nix and is more of a point guard. He can push the ball deep if he needs to, but he just knows what he's looking at. He's efficient, gets the ball out, and he's going to be able to continue to run this offense at an elite level in Eugene. Now, Ole Miss has got a couple of big visitors. The number one player in the transfer portal, Walter Nolen from Texas A&M, defensive lineman, and then Princely Umanmielen, the edge defender from Florida, both in the portal, and both will be visiting Ole Miss. And I think this is crucial because, to me, this is the next step for Lane Kiffin. And what I mean by that is if you want to challenge against Georgia, you want to challenge against Alabama, what is the most obvious differentiating factor for those teams when we saw them play in Atlanta? Those big boys on the line of scrimmage, specifically on the defensive side of the ball. Because Ole Miss, we know they're going to score points. As long as Lane Kiffin is your head coach, you feel pretty good about where you stand on the offensive side of the ball. Last year, Ole Miss, they weren't bad defensively, but they did give up 4 yards a carry. That's good, but to be real, it takes what it takes in the SEC. I said it on a video yesterday. The price of admission to win in the Southeastern Conference is tremendous defensive line play. And Ole Miss has been good, but good ain't great. And great is what it's going to take. So going out and looking at both these individuals, the number one player in the portal, and then a guy like Princely Umanmielen, whose resume speaks for itself at Florida, I love this move by Lane Kiffin. I think it shows tremendous self-awareness by Lane Kiffin. And I think it shows, again, Lane Kiffin is going to do what he does when it comes to the portal. In 2022, had the number one portal class in the country. In 2023, had a top 10 class. Like, dude crushes the portal. Not much more to it. 2 big visitors, and would be even bigger, obviously, if he can land them. Now, a couple of guys that put their name in the portal. Kansas State defensive back Kobe Savage. Not just the best name in the portal, by nature of his name being awesome, having the last name Savage and first name Kobe. 115 tackles, 6 interceptions the last 2 seasons in Manhattan. Dude is a baller, extremely productive. He's going to help a roster wherever he lands at, okay? This is a plug-and-play kind of guy and a resume on tape that speaks for himself. Jeff Sims, Nebraska quarterback. officially in the transfer portal. Not a huge surprise by nature of his ride in Lincoln. I think when you look at Jeff Sims, the feeling you have is, well, there's still elite tools there. Like, you still feel like if he were to land in the right spot, someone can utilize a 6'4", 220-pound athlete that can throw the football a quarter mile and can run like a deer. Like, yeah, we can probably find a way to use him. The unfortunate reality is for Jeff Sims, he's had struggles not turning the ball over. 6 interceptions, 1 passing touchdown a season ago. It's not going to cut it. So very clearly, Nebraska said, hey, we appreciate you. We got to make a move at quarterback. Jeff Sims, I'm sure, is not thrilled with that situation, but is now looking for a new home. And again, I keep saying this. I don't know what the ideal fit would be, but you can't pass on the tools that a guy like Jeff Sims has, and I think he'll land somewhere. Where, again, I don't know where that will be, but I'm excited to see what happens to him because I think the potential there is still through the roof if they can find the right fit and find the right staff to utilize his abilities. Now, speaking of tools, one more guy I want to talk about here that committed yesterday, Nolen Green, transfer quarterback from Boise State, visited Arkansas, said it was great, gave his pledge to Sam Pittman and now offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino. You talk about horsepower. We talked about tools with Jeff Sims a second ago. Nolen Green's a 6'6", 220-pound quarterback. If you turn on the tape, dude is running for like 90-yard touchdowns, jumping over defenders on the sideline and then getting more yardage after. Like, you shouldn't be able to do that based on the law of physics. So I love his fit from a skill set perspective with Bobby Petrino's offense. Like I just said, big body quarterback, similar to KJ Jefferson, a guy who can get downhill, you can call design quarterback runs, also the ability to push the ball downfield. There's a lot to like here with his skill set. And if he can continue to develop as a passer, I think the sky's the limit for a guy like Nolen Green. So we'll see what happens there. But the last couple of seasons, man, 44 total touchdowns at Boise State. The portal is designed for a guy like Nolen Green. You don't have the interest you want out of high school, that's fine. Go to Boise State, do what you do, and if you are in position to elevate yourself to a Power 5 or Power 4, whatever we're calling it now, kind of conference level school, all right, then you have the chance to go do that via the portal. So Nolen Green giving his commitment to Arkansas. Listen, the portal never sleeps. Portal does not sleep. Again, we don't take a break on this show either. We'll keep you in the know for all things portal coverage. Hey, y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.